Welcome to the weekly Astro Alignment, kind of energy clearing. So our goal is just to gather together and to kind of clear energy, brighten our energy. And today we're also going to send some energy out into the world, some healing energy, some any kind of energy that will support our kind of communal healing and benevolence. So find a comfortable place to sit or to chair or cushion or against a wall or wherever you're comfortable. And we'll take a couple of deep grounding breaths. So just maybe closing your eyes and attuning to where you are. So feeling your physical body, whatever space you find yourself. And creating this special time for yourself to really attune to your own energy and the way in which you'll sense your own energy body, your physical energy, kind of the layers in which we experience ourselves. So I have a ritual of when I start any kind of energetic work or spiritual work that I kind of have a spray that I use. So I'll pretend that I'm spraying you as well with clearing space, just kind of like, again, clearing the energy, creating a sacred space. So if you have a ritual that you like to use, then you can do that as well. Then I'm going to ring our chimes to begin. And so the elementals wanted to be a part of our session again today. They were part of our full moon session, so they are still wanting to be a part. So I'm gonna let the elementals do a little energy clearing for us today. And so I want you to take a few deep breaths into connecting to your physical body. So just scanning with your awareness from the head down into your toes, your physical body. So as you're scanning, the things that you could pay attention to are places of pain or discomfort, tension. But it can even be places that feel really vibrant or alive. Could even be places that you don't feel much. And really, it doesn't really matter what you sense. You're just allowing yourself to connect to your physical body with all of your awareness. So just taking some breaths to just find out how your physical body is doing in this moment. Sometimes you can scan fast, and some days you scan a little slower. So just being patient with yourself. Some people just do an overall scan because it's more difficult to scan slowly or down the body. So however you can connect to your physicality. And then as you're ready, we're going to call in the element of earth. So I'll invite in the earth elementals. That can also include the plant allies and animal allies. So if you work with any certain plants or animals that you feel a connection to, you can personally invite them in. So we're calling in the physical realm, the things that we can see, touch, feel, taste. Here, you can hear the birds right now. I'm also going to call in the stone of black tourmaline. So this is, for me, a really clearing stone for my physicality. So if you have a stone that you like to work with personally, you can call that in. Otherwise, you can, I'm going to share this black tourmaline with you. So I want you to imagine there is a big comb that we're going to comb our energy field with, and it's made of this black tourmaline. And so as we breathe for the next few moments, I want you to imagine combing through your energy body, especially the physical realm, the physical layer, and kind of combing out. It could be negative energy, it could be worry, fear, it could just be heaviness that you've accumulated through just being around energy that feels really dense or dark. It's really not even important that you know what the energy is so much as that if it's ready to be cleared, that we intend that we can clear it with the help and support of the physical elementals. the earth elementals. So take some breaths. And just however this will work for you, you'll feel like you might be using your imagination, and that's okay. That's that we're visualizing and we're putting our attention at something that we'd like. So breathing. Combing our energy with the black tourmaline, help of the earth elementals. A few more breaths. And even if we move on and you feel like you haven't finished combing through your physical body, you can just ask that that continue without necessarily your full awareness directing that activity. So that feels complete. So I'm gonna let the black tourmaline come down and I'm gonna stand up, and if you can stand up wherever you are, we're gonna do a little physical work to clear as well. So first we're gonna start by opening the chest, inhaling, exhaling, rounding the upper back. So inhaling, exhaling, and really trying to get that wave-like motion through your body. You can exhale through your mouth. 2 more. And then right arm up, hand can come to the hip. Exhale. Open through the chest. Exhale. Left side. And then turning and twisting, so a hand comes to the heart and we reach the torso back. Inhale, exhale. And then coming to a stop and just kind of bending and straightening the legs, kind of feeling those knees bend and straighten. One more. And then just shaking the body out. So shaking those legs out. You can wiggle your toes, roll your ankles, shaking the arms out. Like we're kind of shaking out. And then taking a big breath in. Then exhaling down through the body. Bringing it up, inhale. Out through the heart. Bring it in. Down and ground. And then arms all the way up, hands to the heart, and then exhale. And I'm gonna take a seat again. And just kind of tune in, see how that felt for your body. Just kind of, what's that like? And then we're gonna work with the emotional body next. I have lithium quartz today to work with that. Kind of a cleansing, rejuvenation. So to imagine a water source that you feel met with. So maybe this water source is somewhere close or somewhere far away, but connect to how it feels to witness and be in the presence of that water source. Be a fast-moving, slow water source, whatever you've connected to right now. And then we're going to ask the water elementals to come and purify our emotional body. And I kind of like it like a water transfusion. So kind of bringing that maybe into the pelvic bowl, imagining again, like maybe there's a wave-like motion that happens in your pelvis. Maybe it's like cleaning out your pelvic bowl. Maybe it's rehydrating your body. So however you would connect to that, go ahead and bring that in. And I'm gonna do that with my breath as well. Bringing in that water source. Breathing it in, letting it purify your waters, the emotions. Be open to how the water wants to move through you, kind of witnessing it. Does it make you kind of want to move around a bit? Mine kind of makes me want to kind of move. Notice that colors of the water, temperature of the water. Where does the water tend to want to go in your body? Not that there's a right or wrong, it's just tracking it, putting your awareness with it. It could extend outside of your pelvic bowl. Breathing in, breathing out, water purification. Noticing how you start to feel emotionally as this process is taking place. Then as you feel ready, keep going if you need to go a little longer. Remember, you can always just ask that the water elementals continue to work with you, even as you kind of release your awareness from directing the water. We're going to stand up again, and we're going to do some hip circles. I'm making a figure 8 with my hips, and the hips can move forward and back as well, and side to side. However you feel that your hips want to move, but just moving your hips, you could kind of tilt and untilt the pelvis. But again, just kind of helping that water move and purify through your body. Yeah, and then a couple more breaths. And then when you feel ready, we're going to take the arms up, inhale, and exhale it all the way down through the center to your heart. And then you can take a seat again, just reorient to noticing again how you feel. It's okay if you don't notice really anything. And maybe it's even slight kind of ways that you can discern a difference. We're going to move on to the fire element. So I've got sunstone, Oregon sunstone today to work with that. Again, anything that you have or anything you want to call in. I'd also like to call in the fire elementals, especially the sun today. It's in Portland, the sun is beautiful. I can actually feel it on my body. So whether you're able to feel that where you are, or you can just connect to it. We're going to start to breathe in and out from the sunlight, from the sunshine into our solar plexus. And like fire can be purifying, I want you to kind of let that fire energy as you breathe it in and out, allow you to kind of clear out anything within your fire element within you. So those are things like our energy levels. So maybe you need a little boost in energy. You need to kind of refill your gas tank. So maybe you're breathing that in. Or maybe you need the more kind of softer tones of the sun, kind of just that warmth, generosity, benevolence, hope. You can kind of breathe in those qualities if you feel kind of a little bit less than hopeful right now or uninspired. Those are also qualities of the fire. So just breathing that in, letting the sunstone help us as well. You're welcome to open your mouth. Maybe you need to dissipate some fire. And if you want to keep your mouth closed because you're trying to build fire, that's fine too. So just kind of trust your inclinations. You can send it anywhere into your body. Feeling it in your heart as well. So again, finish that if you need a few more breaths. We're going to stay seated for this one unless you'd like to stand up and lean forward and kind of do the belly breath this way. We're going to do quick exhales, quick inhales, forceful, quick exhales. So we're going to go for about 40 or 50 reps, so you can do that seated as well. Sometimes I like to stand. It just kind of makes me feel a little bit more fiery. So when you're ready, breathe in. Keep going. So I'm just kind of imagining that my belly is like a wave-like motion. It's not a contraction and release, but more like a bellows, right? So more like pumping. So keep going. About 10 more. Big breath in. And you can take a seat. We'll feel that out. And now we're going to move to the mind with the air elementals. I've got fluorite today to work with for the mind. So I want you to imagine the type of air. Maybe it has a sweet scent to it. Maybe it's crisp. Maybe you like mountain air. Kind of imagining the type of air that when you breathe it in, it just actually feels invigorating. It might be being in a forest, kind of the scent of firs. If you had some aromatherapy that you wanted to use right now, you could certainly do that. And again, you can do any of these things after. So using scent can be clarifying for the mind, can calm the mind, can also uplift, kind of give some good feelings to the mind. So, and as well as the emotional body. So I want you to connect to an air source. I have some sweet smells right where I am with my flowers that are blooming. So again, we're going to breathe that in right to the center of the brain. So I want you to imagine, again, I mean, it could be more of an illuminating energy. So maybe it's like white sparkle or gold sparkle. It could even be the sound, right? You could be breathing in sound vibrations of maybe birds or some sweet music, but we're going to bring it into the center of our brain. And then we're going to breathe it out and dissipate that purifying energy out through the brain. And if anything needs to kind of be pressed out in a way, it can, okay? So focusing the breath on that source of air. And again, it could have a quality of lightness to it. It could have a quality of smell. It could have sound. I think I'll breathe in some of these birds chirping into my brain. So the inhale breath brings it into the center of your brain, and the out breath dissipates it throughout the brain equally from top to bottom, right to left. We'll ask fluorite to help us, the air elementals to help us improve our communication. Purify our thoughts. Just do a couple more breaths, again, longer if you need. Then you can stay seated for this one. It's like shaking your head no. And we're just going to shake out anything in our brain that we don't need. No, 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 no thoughts of limitation, of fear. And it can be slow because it makes me a little dizzy at times. And then when you want, you can kind of move it side to side. You might turn your head. You might roll it a bit. So we're gonna do a Brahmari breath to complete this with. So Brahmari breath sounds like bee buzzing. And so as you do this, you're gonna, it could be any tonation. So you wanna find a place in your body that you feel that it feels good and let that sound kind of purify, clarify your body, okay? So deep breath in, we'll just do it a couple rounds or 3 rounds. And we'll use our wave-like motion of our hands. Breathe in and exhale. We'll thank the elementals for helping us clear our energy, purify, brighten our energy. So just take in the fullness to what you sense right now. I've got lapis lazuli to help us bring in some new energy. So this is like star energy, so star, maybe star, Sirius. You can imagine bringing in like galactic energy, any type of energy that feels enlightening. And I want you just to imagine through the crown of your head as you're breathing in this really uplifting, enlightening energy coming in. This is energy that is helping us all evolve and heal, bringing us new insights, new paradigms, upgrading the way in which we create, the way in which we connect to our earth, to each other, the ways in which we embody our beings. So breathing that in. Kind of feeling that around your body. And then bringing in a love energy. So that could be love of humanity, it could be love of someone that you love, appreciation, gratitude, all these qualities of heart-centeredness. So sometimes if you can't cultivate that, think of something that you feel really grateful for, or someone that you love, or something that you love, if you are a lover of nature, of an animal. So connect to that energy, see how you can feel it, and kind of swirl it around your heart. And that's a very purifying, beautifying, energizing energy for the heart. And then let's send that energy as we connect together. So I'll connect to your love, your gratitude, also that evolutionary energy coming in. And let's send that heart energy to each other right now, to our families, to our friends, to our communities, to anyone in the world, specifically or non-specifically. I want you just to imagine that energy as we join and as our intention joins can be powerful energy for healing, for evolution, for embodiment. So just sending that energy out, knowing that our intentions are very powerful when using energy of the heart, love. This new galactic energy coming in. Sending out our intentions for humanity to evolve so that we can find more of our heart energies and our connections with each other, to the earth. for our own healing, for the collective healing of humanity. May we be transmitters of this energy by our thoughts, our words, our actions, all that we do. May we embody this energy as best as we can. May this energy inspire us, enliven us. And I'm gonna place this crystal down. Begin to open your eyes when you feel ready, and just take a note of being back in your environment. How you feel. So the moon transitions into Sagittarius today, and then we'll move it. It will stay in Sagittarius through the weekend until Sunday evening, where it'll go into Capricorn. So we've got that fire energy, right? That energy that would want us to do a little deeper questioning of our motives, of what do we want in life, of our purpose. It's kind of that deep, like studious energy. It's also connecting to the natural environment, to those nature kind of paradigms. Really important, like the natural laws of nature that kind of like the cycles of nature. So evolution, right? Rebirth, death, you know, all those cyclical things that the seasons teach us, right? So those types of energies. It's also visionary energy for kind of feeling that intuition, and where does our intuition take us? Especially in the broader concept of it being Aries energy, right? Of the warrior, of where does our warrior spirit, where are we receiving the call to action, right? So it's a good time to really check in with deep within yourself as to the truths in which you want to embody in your life, that you want to put forward, that will guide you. Okay, so that's kind of the energy that we're moving into this weekend. And it's funny because the two cards that I drew, the first one was Wolf, and that's about our instincts, right? And Aries totally embodies instinct. So it's not about thought or thinking or so much like a lot of mental energy, but more those instinctual energies. And we're really in touch with our instincts, our physical instincts too. Our fiery instincts are the ones that guide us. So these aren't ones of logic, but more of like, I'm hungry, I grab food, I'm tired, I rest, right? Those types of energy. And also I act, right? It feels like I've got to go here. I need to call this person. It feels like it's time for me to put myself out here, or time to work on this project, right? So it's a great weekend to follow your end. And the most simplest way that I've done that is just to listen to my body's callings, right? And to try and honor what I'm feeling inside my body. So if my body feels tired, I try to rest. Like that's a way in which redeveloping our instincts can be just listening to the physical calls of our body. If we're feeling like we need to act, or we need to get some energy out, what does our body call for, right? So instinct, that's the first card, the Wolf, returning to those instincts. Card's an air element card, and that's of Eagle, communion. And so I look this being communion with the natural world. So communion with the birds, with the plants, with the animals, with the elements, water and sun. So for me, this is like get in nature this weekend. Get in nature and look around, because nature is always communicating with us. The outer is always a reflection of the inner. And so it's a great time to be in nature and get that communion with nature, right? With the essential parts of the universe, right? That show up in all of us and everything in nature. And so sometimes when I need to feel my spirit, right? I need to get really clear with what is calling me for my vision. I need to be in nature, because, you know, the world with technology and computers and all those things can be so overtaxing to our nervous system, whereas nature is that more subtle, but very deep and grounding kind of energy that comes to us, that speaks to us so that we can learn. So those were the two cards that came today. I only tried to put one, but two came. So again, just allowing that to settle in. Hopefully this weekend you will feel inspired to be in nature, to feel connected to yourself, that visionary Sagittarian energy could help inspire you, again, for where the warrior call is coming in for your life. So I'm going to close our session with a little chime. So closing your eyes, holding your intentions towards your heart. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.